Hey guys, it's Shane with That's It Guys. I've been really busy over the past few months, so I wanted to do a quick video series on this game a few friends and I have been playing on a private server. The game is 7 Days to Die. And there's no simple way to describe it. It's a blend of several popular games, but it plays like nothing we've ever touched. The developers of the game, the Fun Pimps, just finished a Kickstarter campaign where they raised just over $500,000 in a month, and now their pre-alpha for this game has actually been released. We've been playing the Alpha 1 development version, so we're not going to really pass judgment on a lot of the issues in the game. 7 Days to Die is a voxel-based game where you mine resources, which is very similar to Minecraft, but it also mixes in RPG elements, multi-level crafting system, tower defense, and survival. Basically, 7 Days to Die, you're in a world where survival is the goal, and as such, you have your fists to start off with, to punch zombies. Melee weapons, and then eventually you'll start to craft items, and basically you can pick up firearms and stuff like that to defend yourself. The game operates in first and third person, but is from the perspective of a shooter, much like DayZ. And just like DayZ, this game shares a similar food, water, and stamina system, not to mention the fact that you're also in a post-apocalyptic world full of zombies. Unlike DayZ, there is an inherent focus on fortification of an area to protect yourself from the vicious day and night cycles. The 7 Days to Die zombies are a lot stronger than the zombies in DayZ. They lose a lot of their energy and drive during the daylight and are relatively harmless, provided that you have sufficient supplies and somewhere to go. But at night, they go completely nuts, move very fast, and attack you and your friends. A very important feature in the game right now is the crafting system. As you mine, loot, and pick up items, you'll start to receive recipes in your crafting section on your inventory screen. These recipes show up based on what's craftable with the items in your inventory. And there are currently over 100 items craftable in the game, but there will be more in future releases. We're working on doing some crafting tutorials for 7 Days to Die, so if you have any requests, comment below and we'll try to explore that in the next video. One thing to note is the time progression in the game. Every second real time is a minute in the game, so every 60 seconds is an hour, and every 24 minutes is a day. That means that every 24-hour period is equivalent to 60 days in-game, which in the game's current state is unattainable due to the number of glitches. The game currently supports single-player and cooperative play, so you will be able to see where everyone is on your map and where their bases are. And there are still a number of issues with the game, which is to be expected considering how early this is into development. In the Alpha 1 right now, your character file only saves when you exit the game. So if you want to be safe, save your character after you do something significant, such as like moving to a new area in the building or crafting a bunch of items. Actions made in the game, such as placing blocks down or putting items into storage, saves to the actual server itself, so they're generally safe. We found that about every 34 days at 8 p.m., the server would crash out and we'd lose our current game session. Basically, everything in our inventory since our last save, we'd end up having to relaunch the server. When we relaunch the server, this actually brings you back to day 1 at 7 a.m. We were running the server 24/7, so we didn't know this, but when you actually close the game out, like close the game server, and relaunch it, you actually start at day 1 when that server launches. So, depending on how you want to play, if you always want to be at day 1, you could just turn the server off at night. We played for five game days, which is 2 hours of real time before making it to the location where we built our main fortress. And like I said, the server running 24/7, your game will advance 60 days every 24 hours. So we ran the particular server for 5 total days of real time, which is equivalent to about a year of gameplay. Several resets in between, of course. And basically after that 5 days, that's when everything totally glitched out, and we ended up actually making a video of us blowing up our main fortress, so I'll show you guys that later. 7 Days to Die is very, very fun and very addicting. I definitely recommend giving it a try if you have some friends to play with. The single player is pretty fun, just expect to die a lot. It takes a lot of effort to maintain a game for a long time by yourself. It's very difficult to get items and things during the day cycles when you're by yourself. So, one of the things, they ran a Kickstarter, obviously. When you were on the Kickstarter, they had a $15 copy, which gave you the released version of the game, which is coming out sometime next year. For $25, you got early beta access, which is supposed to come out sometime this October. And for $35, you got early alpha access. The Kickstarter's over, of course, but you are still able to purchase alpha keys from their website for $35. So it's kind of unlikely that they're going to drop the price. Now, I get that they're cashing in on the popularity of the zombie survival games and kind of the popularity of voxel games right now. But it's interesting they chose $35 for pre-alpha, considering the game is kind of far from development. Personally, I think it's a little bit too much. I think $20 is kind of that sweet spot. But, you know, consider this, like, Minecraft right now, with all of the development that it has in it, is $30. Actually, less than that. But at the same time, you know, I get where they're going with this. They're trying to make some money, but, you know, they're a small company. It's just probably a handful of guys. One thing I found interesting, though, is out of the 13,876 backers on Kickstarter, 1,700 paid $15 for the release copy, 1,300 paid $25 for the beta access, and 11,000, or close to 11,000, paid $35. And I think this says a lot about the interest in these types of games. With the DayZ standalone 3 months overdue from their last estimate, and I mean, there's definitely thousands of people willing to shell out some money for alpha access, despite the issues that may occur. And maybe this game will set a precedent for paid interest in small developer games still in the alpha stages. With that, I'll leave you guys with our opinion of the game so far. It definitely needs some work. There's a lot of rough edges going on in the game. There's a lot of glitches. But even in its current state, it's extremely fun and addicting. Like I said, we've been playing this for over a week, and just continuously. I mean, there hasn't been any kind of stopping point with this. But let us know your thoughts on the game in the comment section below. And for more gaming, tech, news, and reviews, subscribe to our channel and check out that'sitguys.com.